Welcome to the Rise Together podcast weekly hot take series. Every week, we're going to bring you powerful stories and strategies from leaders who are making a real impact by building stronger, more resilient communities. Get ready to be inspired, motivated, and equipped with the tools to thrive in both your personal and professional life.
Hi, everybody. This is Beth Almaris with the Foundation for Family and Community Healing. We're a nonprofit that really is passionate about helping individuals and organizations build strength and resilience through skill-based education and leadership development. We have a great guest today. Welcome, Amanda Nelson. Hey, Amanda.
Hi there. I'm so happy to be here today.
We're happy to have you. So Amanda works at Alpine Virtual Assistants, and she is a virtual assistant success coach. So I'm excited to learn more about, I know something that's been around for a while, virtual assistants, but I think it's still new to a lot of people. So Amanda, take it away. Why don't you tell me a bit about your company and what it actually means to be a virtual assistant?
Great questions. So you're right. Virtual assistants are not new, but they're very new to a lot of people, specifically teams and entrepreneurs and solopreneurs. It still blows my mind being in this industry for the past 5 years that I come across people who are like, wait, what is that? But it's a good problem to have because it gives us an opportunity to explain it to people. So Alpine Virtual has been in business for over 5 years. Our founder was a virtual assistant herself for over 10 years. And when COVID happened, there was just a plethora of people looking for support online. And she really saw the need and decided to start her own agency. She went from having a very steady flow of clients to all of a sudden having so many clients that she really just needed to hire more people. And now here we are 5 years later, and we have 35 people on our team. We service hundreds of clients every single month, and we've done thousands over the years. So virtual assistants in our company, we have virtual assistants who offer digital marketing services, admin support. We do everything from, I like to tell people, we do everything from planning your child's birthday parties to creating multi-million-dollar marketing campaigns. We are a one-stop shop for solopreneurs, small teams, large teams. We work a lot in the coaching space with a lot of online coaches as well as real estate developers. We really run the gamut on who we support, and we offer all those types of services. So basically anything that you could be looking for, our team, we have someone on our team who does that for you. We have AI specialists, bookkeepers, accountants on our team. And when we work with people to match exactly what they're looking for, we only bring on 1% of applicants.
Wow.
We have a very strict vetting process. As you mentioned, VAs are not new. However, everyone, if you go on TikTok, they will tell you anybody can be a virtual assistant at Alpine Virtual. That is simply not the truth. We go through a very rigorous vetting process to only hire the best, only USA based. And yeah, we meet with our potential clients and we find you the best possible fit for what you're looking for. And then what makes us even more special is the role that I play as well as our core team. There's 3 of us on the team. I am the only VA success coach in our company, but we work to have ongoing support, ongoing lunch and learns. We're really big about community in our company, which is unlike most agencies. We really try to have a community with our team, as well as we do continuing education. We're really big believers in helping our team grow their skill set, continue those on, and offer coaching and support for their mental health as well as for the betterment of their clients. So, long-winded way of telling you a lot of information there.
No, that's great. And so you bring up, working with your staff on training and development, and you mentioned mental health. What are some of the things that you guys do trainings on?
Yeah, that's a great question. So we do office hours. That's kind of the part of the community aspect building where we get on a call twice a month. They're completely optional for our team. We have a great turnout for those. As you can imagine, when you are working remotely, it's really hard not to feel isolated, especially since so many of our team are supporting different kinds of clients and they have different kinds of challenges. It's interesting when you get to work with people in a whole different part of the country. The way they work is going to be very differently how you may work. So it can feel very isolating. So on those office hours calls, that's when we really try to focus on that community piece. And then every single month, it's a different theme. So this coming month, we're doing which it's crazy to believe we're heading into July, but we are doing a July reset. So it's going to be focusing on emotional intelligence, thinking about how you can center yourself, how you can really look towards the future of what you want for yourself as an individual in your work. We really want our team to feel like they are a part of their clients' businesses. And so a big part of that is really trying to focus them to think about, what do I want out of my work, so that I can look for opportunities to really go after those things. So we're talking about that in July. We talked about a lot of things from a tactical skill set point. We had an SEO specialist come on our team to talk to our team. We also had an AI specialist. We do launch services for coaches. So we had a coach come on and talk to our team about what they look for from a deliverable standpoint, but also to talk about what they're looking for in a very vulnerable part of a launch, so that they can better support their team. So it's a very wide range of topics. We do one every single month. And then going into the new year, we're really working at trying to have a certification for our team that they can go through for different tracks, not so much on the wellness space, more on the skills-based space. But we really try to focus on helping them feel confident in what they do. We find that is the gateway. If we can build their confidence and their skill sets, that really is the gateway for them to fight burnout, frustration, lack of worth, feeling down about themselves. We really want to build up their arsenal of skills so that they can feel more confident as how they show up every single day.
Yeah, that's great. Do your folks work part-time, full-time, or is it kind of optional?
Great question. So all of our team is contractor based. We have a 30-hour minimum for anyone that works with us. They have to be able to work 30 hours a month minimum. And we have people on our team who do work technically full-time hours, who have multiple clients. And then we have a lot of people on our team who choose to just focus on one client for a lower minimum of hours, and they find that to be very fulfilling. Our youngest VA on our team is 23 years old, and our oldest is, a 70-year-old grandmother with a very, again, wide range of skills. Also, that goes with availability. Sometimes people just want the extra cash. They want to keep busy. They want to have a client that they really dedicate to. And then we have our heavy hitters who are like, give it all to me. I want to just crush it and have as many as possible. So we have a wide range.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's so interesting because, I've been talking to a lot of HR folks, and people really have different career paths, even within the same organization. We're not all interested in working the same way, or, quote unquote, climbing the ladder. People have a lot of different needs, and it's great to hear about how we can accommodate that.
Absolutely. It's really interesting doing this work. I work really behind the scenes. We have a core team member. Her name is Lisa on our team. She is more the forward facing with the clients, and I'm more the forward facing with the VAs. And together, she and I work really hard to find pairs that are really going to be a good match. But we don't really look so much at the skill set sometimes. Sometimes it's more important to look at the personality and how they work. And when we do our interviews with both VAs and the clients, it's fascinating what people will tell you if you listen. They will tell you exactly what they're looking for, not even knowing that they're really voicing it, and to your point, it is so interesting to get to know people and how they work and how they show up in their daily lives, to what motivates them. We really focus on what makes you light up from within. It does us no good if we're just throwing clients at someone who's just begrudgingly doing the work. They're not going to do their best work. They're not going to be satisfied and happy. And I can say I've worked for a lot of teams, but Alpine Virtual is the very first one I've ever worked for that really prioritizes happiness of the team, happiness of the clients. It's not just about the bottom dollar. And so, yeah, it's interesting to get to see what is important to some people, and other people, they don't care. And how they also commute. Don't even get me started talking about how different people communicate. It's fascinating.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. And I think obviously when you have a virtual company that's serving virtual clients, that can be even more vast.
Yep, exactly. The difference in personalities and perspectives, and the difference in the ways people receive feedback even, is really interesting too. We really we did a class on the Enneagram about a year ago, and so many people still reach out and go, oh, I'm working in my 2 today, or I can tell I'm in my 5. So we really encourage our team to do these assessments, the Clifton strengths, what have you, so they can really see how they work as a person from a cellular level, mindset level, heart level, so that we can motivate them. And then also just the difference in generations, how they operate. We've got younger people on our team, middle-aged people on our team, older people on our team, and they all operate very differently.
Right. But there's room for all of us, right? Like, I think that, I've have a lot of friends that are currently on the job market, and there really seems to be, there's a lot of people in the job market, sadly, right now. And there really seems to be a lot of ageism rearing its ugly head. And I think so much is lost when that happens, right? There really is room for everyone and their skill sets. And
Yeah, absolutely. I will tell you, it's crazy to me to watch. Ageism goes both ways. Some people are very specific about not wanting someone too young on their team, or they're not wanting someone too old on their team. But I also, I'm 35. I'm a kind of elder millennial. And I remember going into the job market route of, college and having people say to me, well, millennials are entitled. That was the narrative for the longest time, is that millennials are entitled. Well, now the whole thing is, I've heard people say Gen Z is they're so motivated by their own wants that they're not focused on what everybody else would need. They're only focused on what lights them up as people. And I'm like, we need all of these people. We need all of these types of people. We need every single generation. We need every single personality type. We are at a loss if we're missing one of those. So it's interesting to watch, and it's a difficult time, I think, for people to kind of figure their footing out for where they want to be in their workspace. But it's also an exciting time, because anytime a shift happens, good typically comes out of it, right? Things land where they need to land. And I think we're in a really good place in the job market for everyone.
Well, here's hoping, because I know there's a lot of folks looking.
I know. Just trying to stay positive over here. We got to do what we got to do,
It's very true. Well, what a fun conversation. Amanda, can you tell us where to find you or get connected and learn more?
Yes, absolutely. Please come find us at alpinevirtual.com. We would love to talk to you about what you're looking for, your needs. If you have any questions about the process, we just love to have a friendly conversation. We genuinely love connecting with business owners. We are not a pressure company. We want people to want to work with us as much as we want to work with them. So we love having open conversations. You can find us at alpinevirtual.com.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. It was great meeting you.
Thank you.
And thank you to our listeners. I'll see you next time.
Thank you for joining us today on our Rise Together podcast weekly hot take series. We hope you've been inspired by today's stories and strategies for building stronger, more resilient communities. Remember, resilience isn't just about bouncing back. It's about growing through every challenge to become bigger and better. If you've enjoyed this episode, please make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with somebody who could benefit from these insights. Stay connected, stay resilient, and we'll see you next time.